Hey, VSL, Luke, Rebecca, anti-animal use is here. All right, I'll have you move back since there's suddenly people walking by. Do you want to step over there again? We're showing Dominion today. Luke is going to wear the TV at first, and then we're going to trade spaces. Right now we're watching the slaughter of pigs. I'm going to have you stand back there again just so we're showing people on the street. So I'll have you, and then take 2 big steps back. Perfect, right there. And then you can turn whichever way you find fit. Awesome. How's everyone doing? Do you want to say something?
We changed locations kind of at the last minute. There's like the Rockstar energy drink event going on, so they got like music and like a skateboarding competition for like men and women. So we decided to like change over to this venue. How's the sound coming in? I know sometimes the sound is wonky at first.
Man, we were 40 minutes late. My God.
We were late.
We were so late. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I was worried about people that we invited to the event, so I made us do this extra trip to our original spot just to see if anybody would show up. No one showed up. So this is my fault. So VSL added against my MO. We will be better. It's not going to be like this always, so it just does happen sometimes. You're at Walmart getting tofu. Right on. I don't care for Walmart, but the tofu.
Yeah. I think grass-fed human is on his way, Nick, so...
Yes, we'll have more.
Yeah, we'll have more, but yeah, hopefully we get some people. We've already had a lot of people looking at the TV, so it's really great. There's a lot of people here, so...
Yep, exactly. So as Rebecca said, we're here at the Rockstar energy drink event. There's a skating event happening. There's a competition going on. And we're just hoping to talk to some people that, you know, maybe they're into having fun and hanging out with others, but, talk about a little bit about respect. Should they be respected? Why should they be respected to do what they want to do? A lot of skaters are actually not really respected for being skaters, right? They're considered people that are lazy, or they have stereotypes about them. So maybe they want to talk to somebody who knows about stereotypes and that they're not good. That we should all care about each other regardless of what we're into, as long as it doesn't harm somebody else. Is there trash? No trash. Okay. I'm just gonna shove this in my bag then. Got loose hair. A lot of skaters. Definitely gonna see him rolling around. I don't know if we should do it like this, so you can see Luke. I can stand over here. I can't read comments though if I'm way over here. I don't know what the correct angle is. It's really narrow here, so it's really hard to see. I'm not sure what we'll do here. Maybe the camera should be here. Or maybe down there more, face this way. I don't know. I don't know what the right spot is. If we want to do interviews.
Yeah.
Because this
might be tricky. Maybe if Luke would just go.
Yeah, you go over that way more? Okay. Yeah, that seems fine. And then we could just do conversations here.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. They can stay on the sidewalk and we can stand on this weird spot. It's uneven, but it's okay. Makes me feel like a captain. Hey, we're having conversations about respect. Do you want to have a conversation? We're live on YouTube and TikTok. Is that okay?
Everyone's always live on YouTube.
I know, right? It's just the way it is now. So what we're talking about is the powerful versus the powerless. Do you think if somebody doesn't have some advantage that they deserve to be exploited by someone who does have an advantage?
I don't know what you mean by that.
If I was stronger than you, yeah. Oh, well, let's put it this way, actually. You probably are stronger than me. Because you're stronger than me, does that give you the right to do what you want to me?
Of course not.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So what about when it comes to other species? Should we respect other animals?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I agree. What about when it comes to when we use them for food, clothing, entertainment?
I loved it. I love food and clothing with animals.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. I'm a hunter.
So how do we respect someone and use them at the same time without their consent?
You mean when we go hunting and stuff like that?
Yeah, anytime we use them.
When we kill an animal?
Well, anytime we use them. Riding a horse, buying a specific breed of a dog. That's all exploitation.
You think so?
Well, yeah. Would you want that done to you?
I'm not in that position. We're not living
Yeah,
on that
I wouldn't
planet.
want to be in that position
We're
either.
not living on that planet.
And what if you were? Would you want to stay there?
Of course not.
Yeah, that's all we're talking about. We're just saying that those individuals, they don't want to be there either, and we don't need to use them.
You're their spokesperson.
Yeah.
Kind
But
of.
it's also because when you use other animals, like, try to think of some trait they have that really makes it okay for us to do it to them.
I think I choose a lot of them. Like my cat, for instance, at my house right now, she chooses to stay there. I didn't even ask for her to be there.
Okay, that's fine.
She came in my house.
I wouldn't say that's
and I'm like,
exploitation.
"Oh, I really don't want a cat. My neighbor left it behind. And it
Sweet
didn't
that
know
you
what to
do care for them.
And so then I had to start feeding this cat, and now the cat won't leave. She sleeps on my neck. I really don't. I want to go on a vacation without a cat,
Yeah.
but I have to take care of this cat.
Yeah. But
And
see,
I didn't ask for the cat.
it's beautiful that you do that. Do you feel obligated to do that?
Of course,
Yeah, me too. Why do you feel obligated to do that?
because I love animals and humans and everyone.
Yeah, does that cat care about themselves?
I don't know.
I mean, they eat, right? They avoid harm.
I can't put words into or like emotions into an animal.
So we know that when
I can
someone
see their facial expressions when they're scared and stuff like
Exactly,
that.
they have emotions, yeah.
Of course, they have
Exactly.
emotions. So does plants.
Should we
as
respect
well.
those? Well, plants don't.
How do you know?
Oh, we have evidence. So
Like what evidence?
they don't have a brain or central nervous system.
They
and
do have a central nervous system.
They
Have
don't.
you read The Secret Life of Plants?
Have you read Debunking a Myth, Plant Consciousness? It goes over the last 50 years of studies that focus on plant sentience. They are not sentient. Every study that says I sang nicely to a plant or
Maybe
I
we
was
just
really
had this
nice.
conversation the other day. Maybe the plants are trying to kill us, and
Okay.
it's like a battle
Well,
between.
let's say
us
they are sentient.
in the plants.
Let's say they are sentient. We feed most plants to the animals. So we could just stop growing as many plants if we stopped enslaving other animals.
What?
Most of the plants we grow are for the animals. So we could stop growing as many plants if we stop growing as many animals. There's a study called Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts Through Producers and Consumers. If we stopped using animals, we could feed more humans and use less agricultural land.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since there's no reason to use animals, why do you think it's okay to keep using them?
I think this is the weirdest conversation I've ever had, and I'm going to end it right now.
Have a good day. Some people can't handle the truth. That's okay. I appreciate him having the conversation, though. That's good. Hi. We do have some curious people. I'm excited about that. How's everyone doing? Oh, so the overcast is killing my eyes. We're also surrounded by flesh. That's what we get to smell. It's pretty terrible. You can see the energy drink there. Maybe I'll turn it this way until we get another. I don't know if Rebecca actually wants that person on there. So, hey, you want to have a conversation? I don't know why it was the weirdest conversation. Has he never talked to somebody about not abusing animals? I've seen people do horrible things to animals, and I stand up for them. I say, don't do that. Hi. It's interesting, too. He felt morally obligated to take care of that cat, but didn't want to recognize that cat cares for themselves, even though he sees their emotions. That was an interesting conversation. Hi. You want to have a conversation? Do you want to have a conversation? Okay. How you feeling, Luke? Okay. We're standing outside of the Rockstar energy drink event, hoping to talk to some open-minded people that are into skating and energy drinks. Actually, I'm pretty sure that Rockstar and Monster are both vegan. They have synthetic taurine in them. There's no animal products. Oh, I love it. Even kids are coming in. That's good to see. It's all ages in here. Hi. You want to have a conversation? Oh, Luke. People are definitely moved by the footage. I can see it in their faces. Oh, I don't need this on me. I feel like a jerk. battery. People have sticky fingers. I don't want to tempt them. It's okay that you're in a desperate situation, I understand, but you can't take my stuff. Aw, there's a little pity, but they cut their ears. I hate when people do that. It's gross. You chose to harm your baby for your aesthetics. Hey, you want to have a conversation? Anybody want to have a conversation? Like 5 minutes? Hi. We're live on TikTok and YouTube. Anybody want to have a conversation? Share their thoughts? Hi. You want to have a conversation? You want to have a conversation?
Not right now.
Okay. Just a little bit. Thank you guys for tapping the hearts and liking and sharing. Appreciate you. Hi. The people will come in waves too. There's different events happening. You want to come have a conversation? Let's talk about it. Do you think that's right? They saw the saddest moment of one of the cows losing their life, where they're begging for their life. They're like looking at the human, like, please don't do what you're about to do. What's up? How's everyone doing in here? Hey, Lewis, I see you. Oh, Vegan Heretics in here. What's up? Oh, sorry, I gotta be kind of quiet. Rebecca's having a conversation. It's always her body, her choice. Why would it not be that? Your rights end where someone else's begin, right? You don't have rights over someone else's autonomy. Hey, we're doing interviews. You want to be interviewed? Okay. I wish these sidewalks were wider. They're so narrow. I mean, they're pretty wide for sidewalks, but not wide enough for my purpose. Made with materials made from plants and animals. Yeah, it's okay to wear plants, cotton, synthetics, hemp, whatever. Just don't use other animals. What's wrong with that?
We got special treats. He's got a stomach dick. I appreciate that.
I feel like that guy was purposely being a jerk. He was gonna give this guy who has a dog walking by, and the guy's like, no, my dog has tummy issues. Yeah, exactly. Eating processed meat is not healthy. That's a class 1 carcinogen. It's basically giving your dog a cigarette. Aw, what a happy puppy. That is a happy puppy. Can you see them? Oh, happy puppy. Look at that happy puppy.
What's going on right here?
Ooh, Rebecca is getting him. She's getting him good. Oh my gosh, I'm just so about that happy puppy. So, I'm going to quickly say what veganism is, because I don't know if everyone in here is. I'm sure many of you frequent this channel, and I appreciate that. Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. We don't want to demand someone else's exploitation, right? Because we could easily be the one exploited. When you think of other animals, what trait do they have that makes it okay? They don't. They don't have a trait that makes it okay to do this to them and not okay to do to humans. Like, what would a human have to lack in order for this to be okay to do to them? For me, it'd be the lack of ability to have a subjective experience. But we all have that, so we all deserve that same inherent right to not be exploited, especially if it can be helped. Hey, we're doing interviews. Want to be interviewed? All right. Man, young teenage boys don't want to be interviewed? You guys want to be interviewed? Share your thoughts? Usually you say YouTube and TikTok, and they're like, oh, I want to be on there.
So you would rather eat something or someone who's been treated...
Animals eat people sometimes? Yeah, that does happen sometimes, but that doesn't mean that it gives you the right to go out and take down someone else, right? Just because Jeffrey Dahmer took down other humans doesn't give me the right to take down other humans, right?
And you say, let me put that in my mouth. Really?
I hope you're not talking to me, Lambretta. I talk about flesh. I don't say the M word. I don't usually do, at least. You want to talk about anything?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, that guy looked like a D-bag. That was terrible. Thank you, Sarah, for the green hearts. Exactly, your food too. You could easily just be one of them. Hey, we're doing interviews. I guess they're great. I shouldn't ask teenagers. Teenagers are not the easiest to talk to. Do you want to say something?
Oh, no, it was just somebody who was arguing for sensory pleasure and then saying that the people that are growing plants for plant-based foods are more corrupt than animal agriculture. And I pointed at the screen of Dominion, and I explained it, and he said he'd still rather put that in his mouth.
Yeah.
Put those beings in his mouth. And so, I just stopped right there.
That's fair.
No, he had to move on.
Oh, we're done here.
I kept it together as long as I could, and then it was like, okay.
Dubs in the chat to Rebecca. You guys want to be interviewed? Say again? Oh yeah, the mask. It's for you to reflect on watching what we're showing.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you eat? Is it alright if I put you guys on camera? Awesome. Here, I'll turn it this way. You guys can just stand right there. Awesome. Appreciate you. All right. So my name's Anna. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, lovely to meet you.
You too.
So this is Dominion. We're just showing standard practice that animals go through that we use. Do you think we should respect animals?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think we can respect animals while using them without their consent?
No.
I agree. Have you heard of the word vegan before?
Yeah.
What do you understand it to mean?
No meat.
No meat? Well, that would be vegetarian. Veganism is actually an ethical stance that comes from not wanting to demand their exploitation.
Yeah. That look good.
Yeah, right? So what's interesting,
That's why
though...
I don't eat pork.
Well, and that's just the pigs, but there's other practices that are just as immoral to the other animals. What animals do you use?
Me? I mean, I'll have a burger every now and then, and
Yeah, okay.
have a steak and maybe some chicken.
Okay, so it sounds like cows and birds.
Yeah.
So when a cow goes into the slaughterhouse, do you think that's in their best interest or our best interest?
Our best interest, of
Yeah.
course.
So in that instance, how can we respect that cow if we're just using them for sensory pleasure?
Oh, we're not.
You're not? What are you using them for?
Our own pleasure.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Your sensory pleasure. So taste is just a sense, right?
Mhm.
So taste pleasure is just a sensory pleasure.
Sure.
Do you think that sensory pleasure justifies taking life from someone?
Not at all.
So what's stopping you from living vegan?
Convenience,
Yeah?
I'd have to say.
What if you were the victim? Your oppressor was about to use you and they said, oh, it's just more convenient for me to use you.
I get it.
Would that be fair for you?
Not at all.
I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah.
Let me give you a card. You sound like you're at least open to information. Would you be willing to watch the full documentary? Oh, not right now, on your own time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it's on this card if you scan that right there.
Okay.
Once you watch that, if you feel like you need to take action, all the information's right here. Or you can go to our website, which also has all our resources. Let me ask you one last more question.
Sure.
How many more animals do you want exploited for you? Is it more than 0?
I don't want any exploited for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we all share that principle. It's about living that in action, though. No longer demanding their products. Every time you pick them up, you demand that next individual. What was your name again?
Chris.
Chris, thank you so much for having that moment and talk. And thank you for watching that documentary.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much. You can have a good day. Thank you. If you want to find this live, because it was live, look up anti-animal use. You can find it. It's the same name that's on this card, anti-animal use. You can find it on YouTube and rewatch it. You were amazing, though, so don't be embarrassed. You were great. Thank you so much. You have a good rest of your day. Thank you. That was great. Oh, I'm actually really sweaty. How are you feeling?
Good.
Do you want to trade?
I'm good for now.
Okay. Do you want to watch the TV? I don't know if you're interested in watching it now. Okay. You said you're okay, though? Okay. All right, I'm just checking in on Nick. How you doing?
Good.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I keep moving the camera around.
I had a little, a short conversation with their, I don't know, friend.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's
so,
fantastic.
yeah, gave
Am I
them the
the only
card.
one dying here? I feel like I'm just dying. It's just me.
Anna's always hot.
I'm always so
She's a
hot.
hot lady.
I'm a hot lady. Yeah, what is up with me? I think it's the grass sidewalk.
Yeah.
Oof. Toast, toast, toast. I can't read your comments from here though. Ew, no. I've accidentally eaten raw meat in my past, and I almost threw up in the moment. Force. I mean, when you have a kid, right, you have to feed them. So whatever you feed them is, quote, forcing them, right? Whatever you feed them. So if I feed them a vegan diet because I think that's healthier and ethical, then yes, I am going to force them to have that diet. But so is someone who eats omnivorous. They're going to force their kid to eat their diet. It's just the way it is. Until they become an adult and make their own decisions. No, you're great. Hi, sweetie. That dog was so cute. I wish you could have seen them. After that guy was a dick to you and like was trying to give that dog the meat, they went over there and that dog was just sitting there with their tail all wagging. They looked so happy. It was adorable. I loved it so much. Yeah. Happy dog tail wagging is always great. I know, right? Like, come on, people, come talk to us. Yeah, it pops. Maybe I'll hold the blue sign. So we have like that mix of color. If you like these signs, go check out the Radical Vegan. Oh man, did I not put them back in? Oh, here they are. They're back here. The Radical Vegan. Go to Right Loud Vegan. It's her page. Oh, I forgot the live sign.
Yeah, I forgot the live sign.
Whoops. That's okay though.
That kind of helps.
That does help. It just warns people, I guess, covers our buns. So I have a sign that says powerful versus powerless. First starts with fair or not fair, test yourself. And then on the other side, we do the powerful, powerless breakdown. And this picture has a lot more information on it, like besides the IQ and skin color and strength and I don't know, I guess they're the same height. Got DNA, language. He's got hairier arms. She's possibly an alien with pointy ears. Yeah. Good stuff. I love Alexandria's art. She honestly makes great animal rights advocacy stuff. Not just signs. She makes a lot of stuff. So, hey. Ooh, I love the ringlets. Hi. Oh man, these people eating animal products, I want to talk to them the most. I really do. Hi. Dude, how old is that kid?
I don't know.
They're smoking weed with all those babies around them too.
That could be a parent.
Okay, they're just, well, still smoking weed around babies is not okay.
Yeah,
Hey. Oh, yeah, it's like a straight shot from the mall. Or the parking garage. Oh no, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to say this exact spot. I guess Yam Hill. Ugh, like taste the air. Do you want a sign? Or I don't know what you want to do. Oh, you can say hello, sorry.
Hi guys. Live on YouTube and TikTok?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, we didn't lose our ability to go live, but we can't bring guests up, I don't think.
Oh, weird.
Oh, no, it says we can. Man, maybe something changed. It said that we had till the 10th.
That's strange.
Well, so this is grass-fed, Nick.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
no,
just
you're
kinda
good.
like,
You can stand it there.
Yeah, grass-fed _human.
We're here at the energy drink event. We're going to talk to some people.
Yeah. How many vegans do we have in the chat and non-vegans? Go ahead and put a 1 if you're a vegan and a 2 if you're a non-vegan. I love steak, could never. Well, good news, there are vegan steaks. So you can just eat a vegan steak instead of, a regular steak. Yes, there is things as vegan steak. It's true. You can just go to the store and buy it. What plants provide iron? Leafy greens, legumes, beans, tofu, Any of those? Would you, if you are, I'm assuming you're asking what if you're allergic? I mean, if you're allergic to certain foods, that's something I'd probably speak to a plant-based dietitian about, and you can see maybe something that works out for you and what kind of foods you can eat. You know, if you have access to speaking to a dietitian, or if you can, we have resources on our, I don't have one of our cards, but on our website we have resources to Challenge 22, I think it's called, and gives you access to free plant-based dietitians that you can speak to and kind of give them your situation and talk to them about, I guess, what are your concerns and stuff, and they can help you out with that and navigate it. I have diabetes, did you speak to like a plant-based dietitian, a plant-based, if you were vegan for the animals, right, I'd assume you'd go to every route possible to not exploit animals, right? And so, you know, who did you speak to about it? And if you're one of the very, 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 very rare minority, because I know people like to say they can't be vegan or eat a plant-based diet. If you truly were, let's say, just hypothetical scenario, were not able to eat fully plant-based, that still doesn't give you the right, or you shouldn't still exploit animals. You can still technically live by the vegan principle of just, you know, not exploiting animals, like obviously as far and practical as you can. You know, if there's one area where you truly can't live without exploiting animals, that doesn't give you a free pass to then go and exploit them in other areas, wearing their skin, using them for entertainment, or you know, other exploitative industries. Hunting is a lot of fun, hunting and fishing. So because something's fun, does that make it right? If I thought it was fun to hunt humans, would that be a justification to go out and do that because I think it's fun? I mean,
Love hammer.
all right. Vegans aren't sorry, I'm like reading the comment. I mean, certain people, I don't know if they're in certain situations, right, like that maybe they don't have access to fully adopting a plant-based diet, then like you guys can maybe morally justify that. But if you do, like if the person who made that comment, if you do have access to other options, then yeah, you should live by a plant-based diet. Because I mean, just because, you know, you were talking about using the whole animal, I mean, that's the difference. Still, there's no difference still made to that animal that had to lose their life, right? Like, I don't think they really care whether you use the whole animal or not. But again, like if it's at a necessity, like, and you have no other option, then that would be, you know, one thing, right? Because you don't have another option. But like, if you do have other options, then yes, you should eat a plant-based diet. You should live by the vegan principle. Because I mean, if it were you, you wouldn't want to be used, right? You wouldn't want to be seen as, if it gets back to the you know, a resource, an object that people can use. So eggs and dairy, why not? The eggs and dairy industry are absolutely horrific. Honestly, they're some of the worst industries. Dairy involves cows getting artificially inseminated, which is just kind of a professional or, you know, an industry term for, I can't say it on here, but I'm going to say grape. So essentially a dairy cow is graped to, you know, get pregnant. They're like us, they're mammals. So how do they get pregnant? They have to be, I mean, I'm sure you guys all know how people get pregnant, right? So, but they don't get to decide that. The farmer decides that for them. So they inject them with semen. They shove their arm up a cow's anus, and then they inject them with a syringe into their vagina, and that's how they get them pregnant. And they continue to do this to the cow for many years until their milk production declines. And also the babies, right? Like, if the babies drink that milk and stay with the mother, we're not going to have that milk, right? So what happens to the babies? They get taken away pretty much immediately after birth. If they're male, they'll get killed. If they're female, they'll just repeat the same cycle as, you know, their mother. So it's just a continuous cycle. Once the milk production declines, they're sent straight to the slaughterhouse, still die having a knife dragged across their throat. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And before anyone says, oh, what if we do it on small farms humanely, there's no humane way to exploit someone, use somebody else's body as a resource. It's just, it's not a thing. If someone is vegan, that means they should not be no, you can breastfeed your children. That's ridiculous. That's not exploitative. That's just a mother giving, doing what they naturally would to give their baby, nutrients and food, right? So no, but like forcibly impregnating a cow to take the milk that's not even meant for you is wrong. Because I mean, why would we need to drink a cow's breast milk? Why would we need it's very strange when you actually just take a second and stop and think about it. Vitamins that you can get from other sources, and just because something's tasty, does that justify exploiting and using somebody else as a resource? If that were you, would you accept that? Probably not. So I mean, why is it okay to do it to these other animals? Because we're stronger. So might makes right. So if somebody's stronger and has power over somebody, that's okay to exploit and dominate them. It's a great reasoning. Totally doesn't justify many years of oppression. If you think white people back in the day, they had power. They were the dominant. They had power over black people, and they used that power to oppress, enslave, dominate. So in your view, that makes that okay, just because they had the power to do that. So. Wow, you're honestly a piece of shit. Do I mute the account or do I? When there's someone writing bad comments, do you mute them or do you block them?
I don't know what you mean by bad comments. Are they racist?
They're kind of,
sexist?
justifying slavery and stuff.
Oh, if they're justifying slavery, I just mute them.
Okay.
Because they're not, I don't know if they're. I'm sorry.
Oh, you unplugged it.
Well. If someone says something like that.
The Bible teaches us that God put animals on earth for us to eat. I'm not too knowledgeable on the Bible. I don't really believe in any of that, but is it mandatory that God says that you must eat animals to survive? And technically, if the the Garden of Eden was vegan, correct? I don't know the exact verse, but I don't think anybody was eating or killing each other in God's most perfect place, right? So if that's God's most perfect place, why wouldn't you strive to be more like that?
Oh, it might take a second. Oh, that's nice.
Are you okay?
Right here. Oh.
You need
What's happening here? We're out in Portland, Oregon. We're by this, I think it's like a skateboarding event, something like Rockstar energy event, but we're here trying to talk to people about veganism and ask them questions about it and maybe why they're not vegan, and do we think it's okay to exploit other animals when we don't need to.
Awesome. Go try to get someone on camera if you can. Only got one conversation so far.
Yeah, did you want to? I don't know if anyone.
I can talk to the chat for a bit if you want.
Put it somewhere else so I can clean them. Okay. That's spray them down.
Hello, I'm Luke. How's everyone doing?
Oh, yeah. There's Dusty right there.
I just got done holding the TV. We're showing footage of Dominion, which shows what happens to the animals we exploit.
I think we're going to go to the right there.
I'm against any use of animals that they don't consent to, which is any of the exploitation we commit against them.
You guys want like a cup of water?
What do vegans do to keep cows alive? Well, for one, we don't kill them at a fraction of their lifespan. Then there's vegans who run sanctuaries, who keep these animals alive and take care of them instead of using their bodies and killing them.
You think it's okay that this is happening?
I do work.
This happens?
Not beating me.
We're currently outside of the Rockstar event in Portland, Oregon.
I'm gonna get out.
I don't know what brand the microphone is. Oh, it's Rode. Yes, we kill plants because plants aren't sentient. We don't care about just life, we care about sentient life, individuals who experience pain and suffering and who have a subjective experience of life. Does your boss exploit you? We live in a system of capitalism where bosses exploit the working class, but that's a separate issue. Science does not say plants feel pain. It is the scientific consensus that plants are not sentient, they don't have a brain, they don't have a central nervous system, they have no way to feel pain. Plants don't speak. Vegan compassion extends to any sentient individuals. Send me the study that shows that plants are sentient, and then I'll check it out.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to treat them like commodities. They got their own thing going. They got their own range of motion, everything. Dialects are as complex as like Cantonese, What's that? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to talk to them. Yeah. I know that they can do stuff like dogs and cats, and they can like translate things.
LRS Redbeard, just tell me what study shows that plants are sentient or have the ability to feel pain.
Game changer. Cody. Yeah. And
Someone said vegans are the modern day door-to-door Christians trying to convert you. No, we're not trying to convert everyone. We're trying to tell people about the reality of the exploitation that happens. We're not trying to convert anybody to anything. We're trying to give people information, show people what actually happens. Tell me what you have to say about every living being having to feed off another living being in order to exist. Let's hear it. Well, we have to consume some form of life, so I think we should consume the form that doesn't actually have a sentient experience. Sentient does not mean feel pain. You hurt a plant, it feels it and tries to heal it. It doesn't feel it. They don't have a brain. They don't experience it. Anti-animal, so you hate animals. No, we're anti-animal use. We're against using animals against their will. For people in the chat, let us know why you're not vegan, or if you are vegan, then that's great. An interview? Yeah. Did they already start? Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So, how do you feel about humans exploiting other animals?
I don't think we should exploit it. I support vegans. I'm not a vegan myself. I do think that the way people are treating animals is really fucked up, messed up. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I think it's messed up what people are doing to animals. I personally am not a vegan or a vegetarian, but I try to use like ethically sourced like animal like foods and stuff, you know?
Okay. Do you think there's an ethical way to exploit and kill an individual who doesn't want to die?
Absolutely not. There's no ethical way to do that.
Okay.
I do not think an animal life is more valuable than a human life, and I think sacrificing an animal life to keep a human alive is totally okay.
Okay, but do you think we have to sacrifice animal lives to keep humans alive?
No, I don't. But I'm not supporting putting animals into poor living conditions and then killing them. But if they have like a long, like good life and they're fed well, I think it's acceptable.
But you said you don't think it's ethical to...
I'm talking about like the rape, like insemination of cows and
yeah,
stuff like
but
that.
what about just using them for their bodies and killing them at a fraction of their lifespan, or and killing them at all and using their bodies against their will?
If someone shot you right now and you died, would you be pissed?
I would rather not be shot and die right now.
But once you're dead, you don't really have any emotions or thoughts or anything.
Yeah, but do you, like, would you want someone to come up and shoot you and kill you?
Right now, yeah.
Do you think that is an ethical thing to do to other people?
No, but animals are not people.
Yeah, and so do you think it's an unethical thing to do to other animals?
Yes, but I don't think you should stop.
If it's unethical, why do you not think we should stop?
Because I'm not big on morals, and I don't think that we should stop killing animals just because.
Just because it's wrong?
Yeah, because I like eating meat.
Okay, but you acknowledge that ethically it's wrong?
In some ways. I mean, so there's a big difference between veganism and like actually vegetarian. Like, vegetarian is just not eating animals, and I do support that, and I also support veganism, but like, it's just like not my thing, you know?
Okay. Do you know what it means to be vegan?
It means you don't eat any, like, you don't use any animal products at all.
So that's part of it, but the definition of veganism is that we should live without exploiting other animals in any form. That includes what we eat, but also like animal testing, wearing their skin, all kinds of stuff like that, using them for entertainment.
I think it's pretty cool.
You think it's pretty cool to use other beings against their will?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, do you think what's happening on the screen is cool?
The live?
No,
Oh.
the TV screen.
What is that? Is that a dick?
No, that's showing.
Those worms?
Those are the tails of pigs that they're cutting off.
Why would they do that?
It's standard practice in the industry to prevent them from like biting each other's tails and stuff. This is just showing what
So they're
happened.
helping the animals by like not letting them bite each other's tails off?
Well, they're also confining them into small spaces and stuff. This is just showing standard practice in the animal exploitation industries,
Well, it's not an animal exploitation industry, it's a food industry.
which is an animal exploitation industry.
I know, but
That's-
that's not what it's for, it's for food.
Yeah, we're exploiting them for food.
Yeah,
So-
but it's not for exploiting them, it's for getting food. They exploit them, but it's not for exploiting them.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
They're exploiting them for food.
I own goats, and like we get cheese and like milk from them, and we feed them. We don't rape them or anything. Like they fuck each other. Like we're not like artificially inseminating them.
Okay, so you're taking their milk instead of their babies taking their milk, or what?
Babies get their milk as well.
They get their milk
Yeah.
too. So you're still using them for your own selfish purposes instead of like letting them live as their own individual.
Right, the babies are still getting their milk.
So, okay, is there anything that would prevent you from being vegan?
That prevents me from being vegan?
Yeah.
I am big on protein and eating healthy, and I feel like without like animal products in my diet, that's not actually that healthy.
Okay, well, the scientific consensus is that you can be fully healthy on a plant-based diet, and it is just as healthy or more healthy than the average animal-based diet.
Can you like show me proof of that?
Yeah, so I can pull it up.
Would you like to park a little further up?
That is true. I think it's nothing to do with nutrition. How healthy is the Rockstar? This is actually Monster, but Rockstar's
They can't hear you, by the way.
Oh,
You have to talk about the mic.
I said I'm not drinking Rockstar. This is Monster, but it's not healthy anyway. W host, yeah, he's pretty cool. Go vegan? No.
Okay, so here, this is an Oxford study, plant-based diets and long-term health. And then let's scroll down.
Sack the great t-shirt guy. I don't think that's gonna work out for him.
So let me find the.
King and Great. Hey, shout out to Bailey. The King and Great. Like, thank you, Bailey.
So here,
Yeah.
it says the plant-based diets of people in this study who are vegetarians and vegans differ from those meat eaters, but for most nutrients, the intakes of both groups are nutritionally adequate and meet or are close to meeting other government guidelines for good health, and many of the differences are quite small. Perhaps the most important potential beneficial difference is the lower intake of saturated fat of those following plant-based diets, and consequently their lower LDL cholesterol, which probably explains their lower risk of heart disease.
Cool. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I got kind of distracted, but that's valid. I personally get a lot of my nutrition from like animal source foods.
Okay, but do you acknowledge that you don't have to?
I do acknowledge I don't have to, but it's also, it comes to like economics, it's pretty expensive to eat vegan. It's a lot easier to just go and buy, I mean, it's not gonna be healthy if you buy the cheap, like animally sourced products, but it's a lot more expensive to go and buy like organic foods. I don't want to eat non-organic, what's it called? Plant products. I don't want to eat.
Okay. Well, actually, the information shows that on average, plant-based diets are more affordable than animal-based diets if you're eating like the plant-based staples like legumes, grains, whole grains, like rice, beans kind of stuff, and tofu, just all these staples that are like really cheap but also really healthy for you is cheaper than the average meat-based diet.
So, I'm not sure I actually agree with that. Usually
That's just what the studies show.
Okay. Well, when I go shopping, I find that's actually more expensive for me to get like actually good products, like that are plant products. It's just a lot easier to like, and I cook with plant products, of course. Like,
What you pay for, you use animals for
well, let me look at the chat real quick.
take a look at it. Don't be away.
Yeah, they are showing the kids score. That's pretty fucked up.
We're showing them what happens, that what they're supporting. So if they,
It's still gore.
yeah, it's horrific, which is why we're showing it, because we don't want them to support it. Okay.
Don't give up burgers. I don't want to give up my burgers. I think burgers are really important in like the American diet.
I thought you were just talking about eating how you eat healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go eat like a McDonald's burger. Have you you can like eat healthy burgers, right?
Yeah. So then there's also vegan burgers.
I know, but they taste like shit, and they like I've had them before, and they don't leave me feeling full afterwards.
All right. I'll give you a card, and then on there we have. Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's good. That's good.
Go to a slaughterhouse and ask them to walk you through it. They will
hey,
not
What's
show
up? We're live on YouTube and
show
TikTok.
you. They will not show you. You're a coward.
Okay. What's up? Okay. I let that conversation go on for way too long. It's just kind of trolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have some of that. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to take some pictures?
Sure.
Little pictures. See what's going on. So, yeah, line's getting pretty long here. So we're getting to get some people to view the video. We're in Portland, Oregon at the Rockstar Energy Drink event. So skating competition, music. Anybody want to be interviewed on our YouTube channel about the way animals are treated? You have enough courage? Or are you going to run away? You going to want to run away and stop looking?
I eat a shit ton of chicken tenders. Like, I eat a lot of them.
Well, they go through suffering.
Oh, I know it. So do I.
Oh, man. People like to brag about being sadistic and cruel to animals. I don't understand it. Hey, want to be interviewed on our YouTube channel?
No thanks.
No?
No.
Oh, what's going on? Jeez. If you're, let's take a little inventory of the chat. If you're vegan, put a 1. If you're not vegan, put a 2. If you're curious about learning more, put a 3. Let's see who's in the chat. Nice. I see a lot of vegans. Hello to the wonderful vegans. Thanks for being here. People are a little wonky here at this event. Our way is the right way because you know why it is the right way? Because why is it right to torture?
Let's turn the camera this way. This guy is being inappropriate in front of children. This guy is pretending to whack off in front of children.
You're showing gore.
You're talking about rubbing your private parts in front of children. In front of children. You're a pervert. You are a pervert. You're a pervert. That guy is a pervert, everyone. Keep your children away from him. He is. He was literally beating off in front of children.
Oh my gosh. That is against the law. I mean, in Portland, you can actually...
turn it wherever you want.
In Portland, you can actually walk around naked, but you can't, like, be doing all kinds of, like, messed up gestures and things. And so, yeah, wow. I can't stand kids like that either. It's pretty immature. But anyways, back to what I was saying. You know why vegans are right? Because what is so right if for, you know, killing and torturing sentient beings? Why is that a right thing to do? It's never been a right thing to do. And that's why vegans are right, because we're peaceful, we're nonviolent, and that's what kind of world we want.
Who gives you the power to make the moral call? I mean, nobody gives us the power to. It's just what we know is right and wrong. I mean, is exploiting and using somebody else, is that right? Because if you want to go down the road that morality is subjective or whatnot, then that's going to lead to a whole bunch of things being justified that are undoubtedly wrong. So, do you think exploiting and using somebody else as a resource for trivial pleasure is okay? Do you think artificially inseminating cows is okay? Do you think stealing their babies away from them is okay? Do you think sending them into slaughterhouses is okay? Do you think grinding up male chicks? Do you think gassing pigs to death is okay? My body, my choice. Well, I mean, if you're consuming these products or using animals in any kind of way, you're basically saying your body, my choice. So you're not giving them a choice. It's their body. It's not yours.
Yeah, it's so annoying when it doesn't work. I like it almost again.
I wore my Nike to piss people off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nike enrages people, even though
I haven't seen a comment about it yet, though, so.
he's had it for quite some time, so.
No, my shoes and shirt aren't Nike as well. I've also had this for years, even before I came vegan, so it's just old clothing that I wear, but I wear it because people get really triggered by it, so. I do need a. This is like destroyed though. I won't get another Nike jacket, but just a new sweatshirt. This guy thinks humans have the same importance as chickens. Regardless of whether you deem who is more important or whatnot, is it okay to exploit and chop the heads off of innocent animals? Like, is that okay? Would you be okay if that were dogs or cats? I'm assuming you assume they're inferior, but I don't think you'd do that to dogs or cats, would you? So, you know, and all people back in the day also would use the same justification to justify things like slavery, saying, oh, these people think that white people have the same importance as black people or whatever they'd say. So, I mean, it's just arbitrary traits we use to discriminate and that we just come up with and say, oh, just because you have this, are born in this body, have fur, have feathers, that's okay for me to use you and exploit you and kill you.
Question, do we consider vegetarians a step in the right direction or just as bad for stuff like cheese? Well, it is pretty bad. It is just as bad. But you know what? I know that some vegans were vegetarians at first, and it was a step for them. If it was up to us, everybody would be vegan, like with the snap of my fingers, you know, or whatever, magic wand. But that's obviously not how it works because we have so many people in our world and so many different types of people. But yeah, vegetarians aren't really helping at all because the cow still goes to the slaughterhouse. The mother cow is still used incessantly against her will. Her baby's still taken away and slaughtered or used. So yeah, byproducts are bad. Yep. So go vegan. If you're vegetarian, just go vegan.
Any form of animal use, using them against obviously their consent and just objectifying them and using them for whatever reason, whether that's their flesh or secretions, you know, it's wrong. We shouldn't be viewing anybody, a sentient being, as a resource and an object. And that's essentially what we've done to animals. We've turned them into objects, machines that produce and just produce and produce stuff that we don't need. We take from them, you know, we do all these horrible things to them in the name of pleasure, trivial pleasure that we can, one, just get from other sources. And, you know, but even if it was slightly more pleasurable to do this to animals, like that's never a justification. My body, my choice. Okay, well, what about their body? You're saying their body, my choice. So they are objects for our use. Okay, based on what? So I could say you're an object for my use, just because I said so. So, and also that's what white people would say about black people back in the day. Same logic, same type of logic. Right, animals are here for their own reasons. They're not here for me, they're not here for any of you. They're here for themselves, that's it. Every time I try to go vegan, my husband and dad catch a deer. Well, what do you think is more important? Do you think, you know, maybe they do that and they bring that home? Do you think it's better to stick to your principles and tell them, like, I don't want to participate in this, you know? I don't want to use this animal?
Vegetables wouldn't be alive.
You're too young. You need to shut up and listen.
Huh?
I said you're too young. You need to shut up and listen and learn.
Yeah, I'm too young and too smart. Vegetables and meat. Vegetables are biodegradable.
If you want to perpetuate suffering and killing of other sentient beings, there's no difference between a cow and a pig, a dog and a man, and a boy.
Okay, well, chickens eat worms. It's just the way that life works. It's the process. Life circle. Everyone dies.
If you were born in a system you were tortured, and then somebody said, hey, that's just how it goes. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with like the process of that, how they're born in life.
Is there a humane way to kill someone who doesn't want to die?
I think grass growing meat is fine. I think if they raise it in a factory and just let it die, I think that's fine. But it has to
Put a 1 in the chat if you're vegan and a 2 if you're not. So I was getting distracted by a conversation Rebecca's having on the side. I haven't eaten meat in 17 years, but I don't care what anyone else says. I mean, well, first of all, I want to ask, so are you vegetarian? Do you still consume things like eggs or milk? Because that's still viewing the animal as a resource, right? Like, you're still, at the end of the day, they're still going to be sent to a slaughterhouse once their production declines, but also you're just still viewing them as a resource. But besides that, I mean, you cannot care, that's fine. I mean, but would you care if, people were racist or if people were sexist, homophobic? Like, would that be something that bothers you and that you'd probably want to speak up against? I'd assume so. So, why is it any different when the victim doesn't walk on 2 legs?
Do you do the fifth recovery events that go on through Portland or through any of the other events? Am I losing animals?
Animals are a resource. Says literally that's just you're putting your label on them. I could put a label on you and say you're a resource, and would that mean I can send you into a slaughterhouse and kill you? Poor message with the Nike sweatshirt. I've addressed this. I've had this for years. I don't buy from Nike anymore. But so I'm not gonna go buy more Nike. But I wear this because people get really upset and it triggers people, and I think it's kind of funny. Because people get so upset about me wearing a Nike sweatshirt, but then will go and happily pay for animals' heads to be chopped off. So.
I feel that one.
What's the other girl? I don't know who you're talking about. The other girl's account. Yeah, Nike's not a great company. I would not recommend buying from. Again, like I said, I've had this before I was even vegan. It's just something I got, but I definitely won't purchase from Nike anymore, and I wouldn't recommend doing it. It's just clothes that I have that I just are going to use until it doesn't work or can't use it anymore. So, because I like animal products, so does that justify? So does you liking something justify what happens to other animals? Because like if I said that I like your flesh, or I like dog or cat flesh, does that justify me hanging cats or dogs or you upside down and slicing your throat open and then chopping you up and cooking you because I think you're yummy? Because I like it?
It's getting pretty crazy here. The line's getting long, and then I had an engagement with some really immature people. Sorry. just like butt kissed some lady's ass there with my ass. It's getting crowded. But yeah, there's a lot of obnoxious people, but oh my goodness. So I'm here because I'm part of the team, anti-animal use. So people on TikTok didn't know. Sorry about that.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel. Yeah, white narcissism is when people continue to use animals for their own selfish reasons. That's what white narcissism is.
What about animals eating other animals? What they're doing, a lot of times, like if you're specifically talking about like wild animals and stuff, they're doing what they're doing out of necessity and survival. They don't have another option, right? So in that case, you can they're just doing what they need to do to survive, right? But in the case of us, we have access to grocery stores, farmers markets. We live, in a society, right? We don't need to exploit and use other animals anymore. We have access to other things, so if that's the case, why would we continue to use animals? And there's a lot of things that animals do that we don't view as moral. Some animals eat their own babies. They rape each other. Like, they do a lot of messed up things, or that we look at and be like, yeah, that's wrong. We wouldn't base our behavior off of that. So we shouldn't just pick one thing that animals do and then say, okay, I want to mimic that, but everything else is, bad to do. I mean, animals do a lot of bad things, and we shouldn't mimic any of that. Seem like a play. The argument is silly. What is silly about the argument? Enlighten me, please.
4 years. Also, is that mounting or you're holding it? Oh, sick. Nice.
Should we give him a card? I was gonna say, or do you want to give him a card?
Sure. Where'd he go? Oh, this guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you want a card?
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just
You
go
wanna
store
come
it.
up, you're welcome to.
Sweet. Thank
Yeah.
you. Great.
Absolutely.
Oh.
How's it going?
I mean, you can talk, or I mean, I'll still talk, or you can talk. I don't care.
I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I just don't want you to feel like I'm pushing you out.
No,
Like,
no, no.
You can pop out. I just want
We
to
can both
jump
talk
in.
too.
Yeah. Oh, I got this.
I don't know. Oh.
Somebody to have conversation.
Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you're a vegan and a 2 if you're 2 if you're non-vegan. And then if you are non-vegan, go ahead and give us your reason for being non-vegan. And we're out in Portland, Oregon today. We're by I think it's like a skateboarding event, but we're trying to get people to come up on camera and talk, about animals, about whether they think exploiting them is right or wrong. And if we don't need to do it, then, why should we? Nothing wrong using animals for me. Okay. So would you not view it as wrong if I wanted to use, I don't know, dogs or cats for me, or humans? Like what is okay in your mind? I'm asking you, what makes it okay to justify using somebody else as a resource and using their body for a benefit that you can get from somewhere else that you have an alternative to? What is the justification? Humans are animals. Okay, well, what's the morally relevant difference between humans and animals that justifies slicing the heads off of one and not the other? What's the trait difference that makes one okay, but the other one not okay? Different cultures eat different meats. I don't really know what that culture doesn't...
You can eat plant meats in any culture.
Right, and just because certain cultures do this or that, like that doesn't justify. I understand culture is important to people, and but you can find ways to celebrate your culture and do things that are important to you, and without violence and using somebody else. They won't touch the plant death question. Plants aren't sentient. They don't have a brain or central nervous system. They feel absolutely nothing. They're not having a conscious experience. So it's in no way comparable to slicing the heads off of animals. If you're going to go the route that plants feel or whatnot, are you going to argue that like me mowing the lawn is the equivalent of slicing open someone's neck, or a pig's neck, cow's neck? And also, if you really are concerned about plants, we actually grow and use more land, cause more deforestation to feed the animals that we...
Try doing a fake conversation.
What do you mean? Like
you could be the non-vegan, so I'm wearing the vegan shirt, and you come up with excuses while I talk to you. It'd just be a slow back and forth.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah? So, why aren't you vegan?
I like meat.
Well, what in meat do you like? Is it the flavor?
Yeah, just the flavor, the texture, it tastes good.
Gotcha, okay. What if you were the victim? Do you think that if your oppressor preferred something about you specifically, would you want to be used, or should they use an alternative and leave you alone?
Well, I think it's a little different because animals aren't humans. They're not comparable.
That's true, we're not. But you and I are also very different, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true, but humans are humans. So
Yes, humans are humans. Do animals care about themselves?
maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So we have evidence that animals really do feel and they care about themselves. Do you think if someone has that capacity that we should morally consider them?
I guess, yeah.
Vegan from now on?
No, I like meat.
Damn it! Sorry, guys. That was good. I like that.
The answer was yes,
Yeah.
but
Do you want to try? You being a vegan?
sure, yeah.
Vegan?
So
What is this about? What is this?
we're here talking about we're animal advocates. So do you think we should treat animals with respect and not cause them, I guess, unnecessary harm and use them as like a resource? Like, is that wrong?
It's wrong to be mean to animals.
Do you think we're being mean to animals when we farm them and use their bodies for things like food, clothing, entertainment, medical testing?
It's natural. Humans got these teeth.
Do you think that something being natural automatically makes it okay or like morally acceptable?
I need my natural stuff. I like natural. I go out in nature. I'm natural. I like,
Well, can you not get these things from other sources?
I guess, but vitamins are not natural. They're made in a lab.
I mean, but does that matter? I mean, we do a lot of things that are unnatural, but I mean, if you're really worried about, I mean, the meat you consume, I'm assuming you buy from the store. I mean, that's not really natural. It comes from like 99, I think it is, % of meat from in America is
I buy the
from
humane
factory
label.
farms. It doesn't matter. Even so, they're a lot of times injected with hormones and whatnot. But regardless of that, like, I want to get away from it. Just because something's natural doesn't automatically mean it's good or that we should do it. There's disease. Grape is natural. So something being natural, does that mean that we should continue doing it just simply because it's natural? Because I mean, killing each other used to be natural, like killing other humans, right? So, but we obviously recognize that's wrong. So
That's true. I do agree with that. It's not right to do that to each other.
will you be vegan from now on?
I don't know. Do you have some way? I don't know what to do next.
Which pocket do I? This one. Well, we do have a resource card that you can check out. You can go to our website called Anti-Animal Use, or it's on this side. It's got resources. If you're worried about nutrition, there's also a program called 10 Weeks to Vegan. I'll be honest, I'm not the most familiar with 10 Weeks to Vegan.
That's all right.
But
I'm going to pop out of character. We are going to switch to Animal Justice 21. I just have all these
okay.
cards still, so I can't.
Yeah. There's that, and then nutritionfacts.org. I know Challenge 22 isn't on here. There is that. I guess that has its issues.
I mean, that's what Animal Justice 21 is for as well. So
Yeah.
they have a dietitian and a nutritionist, and they're starting a community where you can hang out with other non-vegan, other vegans.
Well, that's good to know, actually, because I didn't know that. I just thought animal justice was more just like the ethics kind of side. I didn't know it had
there's a
more
lot of
about
stuff in
nutrition
there.
and stuff. So
Maybe we'll do a video where we walk through Jake's Animal Justice 21 website, because there's a lot of fun stuff. But my favorite thing on Animal Justice 21, after I do my reflection, I go to the community tab, and it shows you which vegans are live and usually doing this kind of activism.
cool. I didn't know
TikTok
that.
or street, and we can play games. You can play
That's cool.
bingo. There's a racing game, and there's even a chat in there that's separate. So you can either interact with the YouTube or the inner chat. So.
that's actually cool. I didn't know that, to be honest. So I'll have to
send you
look.
it.
Yeah.
I'll send you it. It's a lot of fun. I've been doing it a lot lately. So anybody who hasn't been to it, animaljustice21.org, please go check it out. It's in our website, antianimaluse.org. So you can find it in there as well.
Yes,
That was awesome.
Yeah, go check the animal justice out. I'm gonna check it out because I had no idea.
I mean, it's still kind of new. It's
Yeah,
good to
yeah.
go through the reflections so that you know what you're going to send people through. So I've been doing the reflections. I think I'm on, I don't know what day I'm on, 8, 9, something like that.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. But that's pretty cool. So yeah, check that out. And just check our website out, antianimaluse.org. We also got resources on there if you're curious. You can see what you fund if you're not vegan yet, and just ask yourself, like, is that something I really want to participate in? Because like, if you you really got to think about it. Like, every dollar I spend on
Oh no, restricted. It's because we said the K word. Not appropriate for everyone. Sexual.
maybe
That guy got his flag.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, we're gonna restart the live since we can't be shared to anybody. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. TikTok, YouTube, stay there. Don't move. Don't move.
I forgot, or no, you go ahead, do your thing. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
We were talking about the conversations. Oh shoot, I don't know. There's a drone up there. Top of the tree.
Yeah. Shoot, I do not remember what I was saying. Animals aren't individual. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I thought I was reading the same comment. You're fine.
Animals are individuals. That's why humans eat them. We gave them a purpose. Okay, so do you think that breeding animals simply makes it okay, or because we breed them, right? So is dogfighting okay, for example, because we breed these dogs for that specific purpose? Is horse racing okay because we breed horses specifically for that purpose? Would me, in a hypothetical scenario, let's say I breed dogs, right? I breed a dog, and after 2 years of life, when they're at their biggest, they're full grown, I take them out in the back of my house, I shoot them in the head, they don't feel any pain, they have no idea it's coming, and then I use their body as a punching bag because I need to exercise, right? Is that moral to do because I bred them specifically for that purpose? Is that okay?
So those that are just tuning in, we're here at the Rockstar Energy. I'm gonna angle it as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. Sorry. We're at the Rockstar Energy event here in Portland, Oregon, at the Waterfront Park. There's a bunch of skating events, competitions happening, a bunch of vendors around here, and just a lot of Portlanders and people from around nearby areas that, all coming together. And we all want to talk to them about making this place a better place. What better place to talk to people than where all our neighbors are congregating at? So, yep, that's where we're at right now, hoping to get some good conversations. We've had lots of conversations off camera. I've seen Luke and Rebecca having group conversations, multiples. So, yeah, this is really just people don't want to be on camera.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like if I was passing by, I probably wouldn't necessarily want to be filmed. Like I might just be going about my day.
Yeah.
So I mean, we understand. Like not everybody wants to necessarily stop and talk, but what we're talking about is important. So I mean, anybody who does come up, we appreciate it, and hopefully they're open-minded. And willing to listen to the message and like align their morals with their principles, or. Yeah, right? I said that right.
Align their their actions with their principles.
With their principles, right?
But I mean, their morals as well, because sometimes their morals are a little bit not figured out yet.
Right. So align their right, or like, because I'm assuming, unless I'm sure I'm going to get some trolls saying they're for it, but we're all against animal cruelty. We know it's wrong. In fact, you see so many people getting upset when they see videos of dogs or cats being mistreated for whatever reason. Yet then we go to the store and we buy these products that causes so immense suffering and is way worse than a dog, say, being kicked, or obviously that's wrong too. We're not saying that's not wrong, but what cows, pigs, chickens, and these other animals in these industries that we use them, they go through so much worse. All of this for literally a sandwich that you can just have plants, for a jacket, for a bag, taking someone's skin so you can carry your things around. It's like really thinking about it, it's really messed up. It's extremely disturbing, and just that's like the epitome of animal cruelty. So I mean, if we're really against it, how can we be against it while actively funding and supporting it? So we're trying to get people to realize that and maybe think about it, and then, like Anna said, start to align their actions with their values.
I saw someone ask why not, or what makes animals different from plants. The brain and the central nervous system. You need those organs in order to express sentience. It's like saying plants have kidney stones, but they don't have kidneys, right? So you need the specific organs. And even if plants were sentient, we're abusing most of them by using them to feed other animals. The study is reducing food's environmental impacts to producers and consumers. If we stopped enslaving other animals, we'd actually reduce the sentient plants being abused, right? But even if plants were sentient and maybe there was some weird conversion that using animals actually saved, if you were the animal and you cared about yourself and you didn't want to be used, right, would you want someone to be like, well, plants though? Would that be fair? Plants don't have thoughts. They can communicate, yes. They can hold information, but they are not sentient. They don't make preferences. Something about simulation. Or simultaneously. Of course, sentience. We have evidence that chickens are sentient. What a crazy comment.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
like-
when humans are sentient too, right? We're animals. Do you want to jump in here?
No, I'm just seeing Mike's stand over here.
Oh, okay. I feel like I need to do two things at once too. Like I need to get people on here. Oh,
Either
okay.
or
I don't mind.
I don't care.
I don't mind. I just really want someone on camera. I don't care who's on what. I just I really want someone on camera. Come on, someone talk to me. I'm so lonely. So we're here again. I'm going to say where we're at. We're at the Rockstar Energy Drink event. There's a skating event going on, a competition, a bunch of competitions actually. You can hear kind of the background sounds. A lot of vendors too. We're surrounded by animal flesh. Does the sound okay? I kind of hit my sound thingy. Let me know if the sound's not right. So it doesn't matter if even we are hypocrites. I know everyone gets all distracted by Nike, but even if a vegan is wearing a full leather outfit and they say respect animals, although it does make them look weird, it doesn't mean that they're wrong, right? So Nick didn't even get that sweatshirt. I'm pretty sure his mom gave it to him. And it starts the conversation, honestly. If someone... Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's a distraction. It's a red herring. It distracts from their own responsibilities. So veganism is about not demanding someone's exploitation as far as you practicably can. So in every avenue that I can, I don't demand someone's exploitation. I don't know what your question was. Yes, I'm pretty sure they do have vegan leather. Veganism is about the animals. We're focused on the 92.2 billion just land animals alone that we send into slaughterhouses eventually. If you add the sea life, it goes into the trillions. And that's just for the animals that we use for food. That doesn't include the animals used for their skin, their fur, tested on, those used in the circus. We do this to such a great extent because of the perspective that we have on animals. We see them as objects. We don't care about their best interests. We don't care about their needs or what they want. And that's a problem. That's called slavery. That's what we did to each other when we found it wrong and said never again. And yet here we are. Your sentence didn't make sense. Humans are animals. So you're saying humans are food? Plants don't have feeling, don't have a brain or a central nervous system. So I just want to be clear, like we're talking about respecting other animals. Do you think if I was kicking a dog, that would be moral and fair to the dog? Or would that be unfair to them? I can go kick something else. Veganism is standing up against avoidable exploitation of others because you could easily be in their position. When you say it's just some arbitrary trait that says it's okay for me to use other animals, you're putting yourself on that menu because someone could deem one of your traits lesser and then use you for their benefit. Hold on a second.
We're talking about exploitation.
Someone thinks we're here for the environment.
That's what we're here talking about.
Do you want to have a conversation? Oh, okay. Any tips on going vegan? Go to antianimaluse.org. Come check out our resources. On there is... Oh, yeah, perfect. Go ahead.
Scan the QR code.
I don't know if they can scan it on there.
Oh, maybe not.
But just go to antianimaluse.org. You can definitely find all the resources there. On the back, or on that website, you'll find how to get everything you need, all your nutrition. There's also Animal Justice 21 is on there, which they have a dietitian and a nutritionist that you can reach out to and ask them questions. So we got all this help for you. What's stopping you now from living vegan, no longer demanding that someone be used for you? If you're pro or against any kind of medical procedure to the point where you need to tell other people to not get this medical procedure, but you yourself are not vegan, you need to think for a second. Why are you not vegan coming into a vegan live talking about things, exposing your hypocrisy, right? So the fact that you see this as something else says more about you than me, just so you know. It sounds like somebody is really eager to get something. If you're worried about gas that pollutes the animals' air, living vegan would actually be better because we wouldn't be farming as much. We would reduce our agricultural land use by 75%. That's way fewer crops being tilled by big machines. And we could feed 10 billion humans at the same time. Yeah, we're not about the climate. We're here talking about not exploiting individuals. Yes, cows produce methane. So let's not breed any more into existence anymore. No more. Stop right now. Just because other animals eat each other doesn't mean you can go eat another human. That human still cared about themselves. Yeah, exactly. Daniel Broccoli, thank you for being in the chat. We're thinking about you, Daniel. This is totally your event. You would have loved it here. And not in the sense that we have people to challenge, but in the sense that you, like, your tactic works great here because these people are standing in line. So we're really sad you're not here, but we're hoping that future events will do this and we can use your tactic more. We have the TV out. Luke is wearing the TV right now. We've been trading. Then use humans. Why not humans? What's the morally relevant difference between other humans and other animals? It's all right, Daniel. You're here with us in spirit, and we're thinking about you. What's with my nose ring? It looks fabulous.
Use them as resources.
What's up, Freesia? Oh my gosh, a safe face. Oh, okay.
So just
We're going till 3 though, right? Okay. Are you okay with that? Okay, cool.
yeah, absolutely. No, I was just
Dang.
losing track of time.
No, I do appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know. I totally actually was wondering what time it was.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to get somebody to talk.
Do you want to talk on camera? You've been doing this a lot. It's up to you.
I'm trying to put my foot in.
On the camera? Oh, I'm sure you're fine. I understand what you mean. I've done things where I've said things and I'm like, why did I say that? That was not what I meant, or it came across weird. You're fine though. You're a great advocate. We know your heart. No, I'm more like, I don't want you to feel burnt out from you've been so awesome. And I'm just like, I want to kindle that flame, you know? So that's all. How are you feeling? Okay. Do you need a break? You just like take a seat. We got the stool. Sit down, look at your phone for a minute. Okay. I want us to all have that longevity that we need, because I also need it sometimes too. I need it all the time. I don't know if you guys saw, I'm Vegan Stoner Lady. Yesterday I was on vintage story time for 9+ hours. Oh, it's so embarrassing. But we had a good time. We had basically almost like this online vegan VOC. It's not VOC, it's not related to VOC in any way, but you know. How will the crops be pollinated without the exploitation of things like bees? So we can still grow things that need pollination, but we have technology now. We have drones that actually are really good at pollinating. Over, I think it's China or Japan, I can't remember which country, but they do pollinate by hand with little sticks. So we do have alternatives, but the most important thing would be to stop breeding bees, because they go and gather all the pollen so effectively that native pollinators don't have food. So they literally push out native pollinators.
It's like a Samsung A15. It's got a cracked screen with a black case. You guys would have heard it.
I mean, we have our phones, but...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. Last time I had my phone, I was right here, so...
Oh, no. Okay, we'll definitely keep an eye out for it. I'm so sorry. That sucks. He lost his phone. That is like I would lose my mind if I lost my phone.
Yeah, no, he was standing right here.
Dang.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything fall, though. I feel like we would have seen it.
I didn't either.
That sucks. No, I don't smell the farts, but I do smell the weed and the flesh. I don't know if I should do bubbles or not. You think this is a bad place for bubbles? I don't know, is that just going to hit you guys? I'm sorry. I didn't expect the wind to go right behind me. Maybe not a good idea. The crowd is all glaring. Bubbles! Ugh. Let's see if we can get someone in here. I'd love a conversation with somebody. Defend the weak, exactly. It's against all animal exploitation. It could be us. It could be literally us. We could be the one that's getting used. Yeah, we're here in Portland, Oregon. We're at the Rockstar energy drink event where there's a big skating event. There's some concerts going on. Lots of people piling in now, so I think we have a really good chance of talking to somebody. I'm hoping to have a conversation. There's no needing to hide the message either because we have the TV out so they can see clearly why we're here. But most people think it's for the environment. I see a couple people in the chat doing the same thing.
Are you like promoting going vegan?
Yeah.
They didn't give me because they're not sentient. The bubbles aren't sentient. I mean, I guess you can exploit non-sentient objects, but it's not so bad. There are planes. There was a helicopter earlier. There's a drone that keeps circling around. That's loud good? That doesn't make sense. Thanks. So we're hoping if anybody's watching this and they're in Portland and you're not vegan, we'd love to come talk to you, or we'd love to talk to you. Come talk to us. We're here at the Waterfront Park at the Rockstar energy drink event. And we're just trying to talk to people about making our neighborhood a more safe place for everybody, regardless of our arbitrary differences. You know, our skin color, our sexual orientation, our species. All of these are arbitrary justification or arbitrary traits. They have nothing to do with someone needing to be respected. Did something happen?
Does this end at 3 like it's a
No.
No, okay. I was wondering.
I think it goes to like 7 or something.
I thought it ended at 3 and I was like, everybody's showing up like an hour before.
Yeah, no, there's like concerts and there's multiple events going on. That's why we're getting waves of people. They make up labels to divide us. Yeah, we're all sentient. We all care about ourselves. We all want to live. We all understand that if someone else can suffer, that we shouldn't cause them to suffer if we can avoid doing so. So why not live that with all beings that feel? It's not hard. It's not like you have to be a monk that's naked in the middle of the woods. It's literally just going down a different aisle in the grocery store. It's no longer buying animal products in your clothing. You already spend that time toiling about what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, what cosmetics you're going to wash yourself with or put on. Just add that little extra caveat. You're just going to add this extra checkbox. Needs to be vegan, not exploiting other animals. It's that simple. If you actually go to Animal Justice 21, there are, I already said this, nutritionist and a dietitian that you can talk to. But mostly, I just want you to maybe go look at nutritionfacts.org. Google vegan Dailey Dozen. Shows you the science behind why you should eat plants and how to do so on a whole food plant-based diet.
We got some kind of obnoxious teenagers passing by, so.
Yeah.
They're young. Maybe one day though.
What do you mean, why can't I do both? You mean like advocate for humans and avoid demanding animal exploitation? You can. You absolutely can.
Right. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't we stand against all injustice? Why is it okay to why do people get so offended when we're here, when the victim's different and we're speaking about victims that can't even speak up for themselves? People get really upset and humans matter more, this or that. Like, I don't understand why you can't be against both. If one issue is important to you, if a human injustice is important to you, then that's great and you can speak up against that. There's nothing stopping you, but why is that then justified to continue to exploit other animals?
Appreciate you guys. Just so you know, on TikTok, we won't be taking any of those funds. We don't have a collective bank account for anti-animal use, so I appreciate it, though. You guys, the love is so absorbed and appreciated. Thank you so much. It really does lift our spirits to see you guys in there and being active for us. Thank you for that.
You do you, and I'll do me. What about the victims?
Yeah, well, okay.
All right, yeah, just what about the victims in that scenario? You're saying, I'll do me, but the thing is, your choice involves a victim that didn't want to be exploited to death, that didn't want to be, sent into a slaughterhouse and have their neck sliced open or gassed to death or grinded up alive or
just had an arm put up her bum, her baby robbed from her. If you're a bee, having your thorax, squished open and a bunch of drones being squished for their semen. That's not fair. I mean, it's all animal use, right? Even if you go and you buy companion animal, but you do it for selfish reasons. You do it because you want a friend, you want them to be a particular looking way. That's exploitation. But if you have it, the ability to give someone a rich home or a rich life and they need your help, that's beautiful. But we're just, I think we all understand this. You shouldn't use others in an unfair way for your benefit, because if it was switched, you wouldn't want to be treated unfairly.
What about victims such as insects and animals displaced from farming? So yes, that does happen in crop production and all that. We do recognize that, and obviously it's not ideal. We don't want that to happen. But the thing is, that's I don't know how to, am I pronouncing it right? Incidental deaths, right? We're not purposely going out and exploiting these animals and purposely going, killing them. It happens. But the thing is, my money is not funding specifically, for them to just go and kill these animals. And a lot of vegans advocate for things like indoor vertical farming and stuff that can, I think it's to get it down to, that number down to as little as possible, so we're not obviously causing or accidentally killing any, or schmurdering, I guess, any.
Well, so when it comes to crop deaths, you don't need animals dying in the fields, right?
Yeah.
That's not a necessity. In fact, farmers find it to be an annoyance. If we all came together with this vegan mindset, then we could find vegan solutions to these problems. But right now, farmers aren't vegan, so of course they're implementing the cheapest, fastest way because they're a business and they have to cut their costs. But if we change our priorities, if we all talk about veganism, stop the slavery, we can all make our economy more ethical.
Right, and we also grow more crops to feed the animals that we farm. So we destroy more land to clear for the farms that we have, as well as the farms, to feed these animals, right? So we use so much more land, and we'd actually be able to reduce our land usage by 75% if we just grew crops to feed humans directly. And cut out the two-thirds of that, the animals, and then the crops grown to feed them. So if you're really worried about that, then you would go vegan or adopt a plant-based diet, because you'd be causing far, 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 far less of those incidental deaths. Sorry, I can't pronounce words sometimes. I'm like,
It's okay.
It's the protein deficiency, I think.
What if you were, the B14 deficiency? If you were the victim, what would you want your oppressors to do? Use you for their sensory pleasure, or use something else? That's all you need to think about. And that's when it comes down to other animals, that's how they should be treated. You should act towards other animals the way you want your oppressor to act towards you. Leave them alone. Help them if you can. That's it. Don't demand their exploitation. It's really simple. Yeah, it's one thing if you ask me to do something, that's consent, right? But these animals, they can't even consent. Lack of consent doesn't equal consent to do what you want. Lack of consent means you don't have consent. I can't believe I gotta say that. That shouldn't be a lesson that we all need to learn. That should be something that's solidified young. If someone says no or can't respond, you leave them alone. Hitler was not vegan, you're wrong. Go check your history, chucklehead.
But even if he was, that doesn't mean that that's still a justification to exploiting animals and use them. Just because one of the worst of humanity, if not the worst person to ever exist, it was vegan. You can be vegan and be a horrible person still. That doesn't invalidate the message, right? That doesn't mean that we should continue to use and exploit animals just because a bad person was vegan. You're basically saying, because this person's bad, but they didn't do this one bad thing, that means I should do that bad thing, because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, someone else's actions don't justify your actions. You know what's right and wrong. If you wouldn't want to trade places with the victim, you probably shouldn't do what you're about to do. Can I say, no, I don't want the war in Iran? I don't mean they'll listen. Yeah, you can say that, but how often are you demanding it, right? How many times a day are you demanding animal exploitation? The thing is, with human atrocities, many of us are not demanding them. We hear about them. Maybe we can raise some awareness. We can avoid supporting them with our money. But when it comes to veganism, it's not just about what you buy. It's about how you view others. You view animals as a someone, not a something. When you see them as a something, of course, you see them as a resource for you to use. If someone did that to you, would that be fair? There's no morally relevant morally relevant difference between you and other animals that justifies that?
I mean, you can't really name. I mean, most food. I mean, some food probably out there. Maybe if you buy from like farmers markets. But yeah, I mean, the
What
thing
do
is,
vegans eat that's so expensive?
well, I mean, the mass scale of farming, right, and even crop production, like there is going to be death that happens, right? But we have a choice. We have one that deliberately exploits and uses somebody else as a resource, and you directly fund them being used as machines, being sent into the system, continuing to be bred and sent into slaughterhouses, when their production declines. Like, it's a constant cycle that we continue to pay for. Or you have the other option that, yes, does involve some harm, but doesn't view other sentient beings. We're not viewing them as a resource to use and exploit, and we'd also be causing far less of those deaths anyway, as I explained, adopting a plant-based diet, because we already grow more crops to feed the animals that we breed, continue to breed. So we have two options. We have one option that doesn't view and treat sentient beings like resources, and then we have another one that directly does that.
If you were the victim and for some reason enslaving you made the planet cleaner, would that justify enslaving you? It wouldn't. Why is it okay for other sentient beings? It's not. You can live vegan. You can opt out of this. You don't have to demand this. We all know it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of, yeah, exactly. It is a tough crowd. I don't disagree. I mean, they're skaters, so they're going to be the, fuck yeah, I can do what I want.
Yeah, but there's some vegans.
No, you're right.
There
We've actually come across some vegans. More than I really expected. Like 3 or 4.
Some people are open and they've taken a card, so it's
That's
not.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I just always, I have that stereotype in my head. I think of them as a-holes that are just going to tell you, I'm going to do what I want.
I mean, but the thing is that, I might as well come on camera. So there's all kinds of like subcultures. So like within the skateboarding culture, there's been like straight edge, and a lot of straight edgers have also been vegan and promote veganism. So there's a lot of different subcultures within skateboarding. Yeah.
See, now I feel more informed on this culture, and that probably makes us better advocates now.
Because I used to hang out with a bunch of straight edge people, and now I am pretty much straight edge because I don't do drugs and I don't use animals. So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's fantastic. See, this is why you need a team. Everyone has unique backgrounds and has like strengths. Oh, Rebecca, you're awesome. Yes. Oh, such a great team. Yeah. Do you want to talk to the chat for a minute?
Yeah, just for a minute.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up here.
Okay.
If you want another person, just give me a look. And I'll
Okay, just gonna grab a drink.
I just feel like I've been sitting there so long. I'm sorry. I've been trying to get people on camera.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, we've been trying to get people to come on for interviews, and it's tough. But we're making contact with people. So, and yeah, some people are kind of like resistant. They think they're being rebellious and stuff. But the real way to be rebellious is to not use animals. Sure. Hey. So
we're live on. Oh, sorry.
Yep. We're live on YouTube and TikTok. My name is Rebecca. What's your name?
I go by Trappy.
Trappy?
Trappy.
Drabby? Nice to meet you.
Rebecca.
Rebecca, yep.
Well, what do y'all exactly trying to have a conversation about?
Well, so I'm an animal rights activist.
Awesome, I am too. I'm all about it.
Oh, are you? Are you vegan?
I appreciate veganism.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a lot of vegan and vegetarian household family members and friends in my life. So I appreciate everything that the earth has to offer when it comes to animals and nature. So I appreciate it.
Why aren't you vegan?
I own release when it comes to things. I was raised mostly Muslim, so we believe in like halal slaughter of animals and like an ethical consumption when it comes to meat and other things.
Do you think halal is humane? Do you think that animals enjoy it's less suffering? They when they're killed in a halal method.
There's a debate there for sure. I believe I believe halal methods are a little more better compared to the normalized like slaughtering or like that Big Grocery does and that most farms do. Obviously, slaughtering of animals shouldn't be a thing in the first place because we can gain all of our nutrition from things such as nuts and legumes and things that don't do slaughtering animals. But there's so many countries in the world that rely on animals for sustenance, so it's something I can respect, right? And I appreciate you guys being able to have a conversation with people and being able to be open,
But as far as you go, because we're not talking about people in other countries, we're just talking about you. So
myself as a person.
would you? I know that because you said because of your religion.
Yeah, but I'm not religious anymore.
Okay, so then what stops you from being vegan?
My own personal choice.
And what is that?
That I enjoy food and meals, and I enjoy being able to. Like I said, I respect vegetarianism and veganism and people who follow those beliefs, right? Me personally, I just don't, right? But if someone's like, hey, let's go somewhere do vegan tea, I'm like, sure, let's do it. I'll never oppose to her, right? And my parents raised me to be mindful of all people's respects and beliefs when it comes to things such as food but me personally, with myself as a person, what stops me? When it comes down to it, I have my own sets of beliefs and morals and just my own way of thinking, and like I said, I appreciate the conversation and you guys being open to talking.
Well, to be honest with you, I have a hard time respecting people that don't respect other sentient beings.
Understandable.
And so, because in essence, people that don't respect other sentient beings, and everybody's in different places.
Right.
So,
sure,
it can be a journey for some
right.
people.
We all have different beliefs, right?
Yeah, but my belief stops. It starts where other beings are being hurt and are suffering.
Right, but when it comes down to me and you as people, that shouldn't stop you from still respecting me as a person, though. Because I'm a person at the end of the day.
Well, I would, you know what? By being vegan.
And I love you, right? So, I respect that you would love me. So, thank you for the conversation. I hope you guys have a good day. Appreciate it.
Why are you here at this event? Shouldn't you be worried about those human
I think he was drunk. His eyes were his lids were closing.
Did you hear that lady yelling at you?
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, she was yelling at me?
She was yelling at you.
Oh.
Or maybe Nick. I don't know. She was yelling.
I was originally talking to her.
Oh, she was yelling at you then?
Well,
she was way over here
walked
yelling
by,
at you.
Well, she walked by and said something about
she said there's
what about humans? And then I kept saying does that justify this? Or I was like, you can advocate. I kept saying you can advocate for both.
Do you want to stay on the camera?
Just because there's human injustices doesn't mean that's what's the word I'm thinking of? A free pass to go and exploit other animals. Just because humans, humans are being exploited, and I say advocate for that, and advocate for humans dying around the world. There's nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't mean it's justified to harm other non-human animals just because humans are being harmed. What kind of justification is that?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just reading the comments.
After
We got some narrow-minded people behind us. So.
Yeah, some people that like to brag about exploiting and causing the suffering of vulnerable, innocent beings. They don't think of it that way, but
it's just best to ignore them.
Yeah, trolls, live trolls. It's what they are. Yeah, the cult of kindness towards animals. What's wrong with kindness towards animals?
I find it funny that people view veganism as a cult, but we're actively going against society, the meat, dairy, and egg industries. If anything, that's a cult. It's an addiction, addicted to the flesh and secretions of other animals. All this propaganda that goes into that, telling you we need these products to be healthy and thrive, and you can't get it from anything else. Meat comes from protein, blah, 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 blah. You want to call out a cult, that's a cult. The meat, dairy, and egg industries are a cult, and they've brainwashed absolutely everyone into believing this lie. and literally brainwash people into going against their own values, making people pay for animal cruelty and be okay with it. So, I mean, if anything, that's a cult, right?
I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but when I was growing up, I was told to treat animals nicely and not hurt them. And then as I, started getting older, I noticed, okay, they're treated different ways. And so that's why I became vegan, because it wasn't consistent with what I was taught at first, and we started using animals for all these different things, and it made no sense. So you got to align your values. If you care about, your companion animals, well-being, well, then you should care about all animals' well-being.
Eat meat, be a man. That's really honestly pathetic, that you think you need to derive your sense of being a man and masculinity off dominating and oppressing those who can't stick up for themselves, who don't have a voice.
Why do you fit?
So I don't think that's something to brag about.
Yeah, I think a real man is one that doesn't harm other individuals and respects and protects other vulnerable beings. So I think it's really sad that men feel like they have to be so macho or whatever that is and oppress others in order to think that they're a man.
Someone said, I dominate you and you sit. I'm okay. Not my vibe. Maybe if you find somebody to consent to that, then by all means. But if they don't consent, then it's not cool.
Yeah.
And animals can't consent, so when we artificially inseminate them, shove our hand up their anus and put a metal syringe in their vagina. I don't know if that's an appropriate word to say on TikTok, but or YouTube. That's not. They can't consent to that. They don't get any say, and that's not okay. Do you want to be violated like that? Do you want your body violated like that?
The treatment of animals or eating them in general that we're against. So against using animals in any way, shape, or form. Just leave them alone. They don't need to be eaten. They don't need to be, we just need to leave them alone. If they need help, we can help them, but harming them is not something we should do at all.
Right, they don't need to be used. They don't need to be used. We don't need to use them. And, it's wrong. We know it's wrong to exploit each other. We wouldn't view each other as a resource, so why is it okay to do it to them? They're sentient. We have evidence for this. We have, the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness. There's the New York one. Is it the same thing? Yeah. These animals have been declared sentient. And even if you just watch them, you can tell they make preferences. They are having their own subjective experience. If a pig lays down in a field and doesn't like that spot, they're going to get up and move to another spot that they do like. Just like...
I appreciate you not being pushed here.
I try not to.
And definitely all love all the time.
What was I saying?
Lady is vegan and she's preggers.
Oh, awesome.
I lost my train of thought. I was saying, shoot, dude, I always forget what I'm saying.
Anna jumped in and distracted.
No, you're good. If anybody remembers what I was talking about, maybe put it in the chat, because I forgot.
Yeah.
Because we're killing the world faster than meat eaters, that's not what the evidence definitely does not point to that. Animal agriculture is destroying the planet, among other things, but it's the leading cause of deforestation, species extinction. I think it's the leading cause of biodiversity loss. it's destroying the planet, causing greenhouse gas emissions. I think it's like 14%.
The cows produce more methane than car emissions.
Right, and
Yeah.
and when I say this, I'm not saying to support AI or anything, because I know people freak out about it, but I'm just saying animal agriculture uses 200 times more water than AI.
Yeah.
So I mean, vegans are definitely the ones not destroying the planet. If you want to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's just. I mean, it's like. It's just a yeah. But go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. I was just thinking. This topic. I'm passionate about this topic too. So
I'm just.
I tend to interrupt people.
No, you're good. I mean, jump in at any time. I did remember actually what I was saying though. Yeah, we know these animals are sentient. If you just watch their behavior, you can tell. Like I said, like a pig in a field, if they lay in one spot, they don't like that spot. They're gonna get up and move to a spot they do like. Like that's just like any human. They have a preference to be comfortable to. They can make preferences. Obviously, like just like a human, if they're sitting in one spot and they're like, I don't like this spot, get up and move to a different spot. Or it's just like it's. I don't know if I believe people that say animals aren't sentient. I think we all know that they are, but I think we maybe want to lie to ourselves or not believe it because it makes it easier to justify what we do to them.
Yeah. You know, when we can objectify other sentient beings, then it's easier to use them because we deny their own experience. But we know that through the two studies Nick had mentioned earlier, the New York Declaration of Consciousness and the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness, they established that all animals are sentient. There was thousands of research studies done to substantiate this. So this isn't just something that somebody said. So there's a lot of scientific proof behind that, and vegans actually are very scientific about how we do things because we know that animals are sentient, so we leave them alone, and in effect that creates a better effect on our world environment. You know,
You guys are doing good.
we're non-violent, so
I used to be vegan for like 8 years in high school.
What's stopping it from being vegan now?
Lack of self-control.
People don't farm. Proper farms don't. Any proper farm, it doesn't matter what kind of farm it is, still views and uses an animal as a resource, whether they do it in factory farms or on some local family farm. It doesn't matter. You're still viewing somebody else as a resource, and you're viewing their body for like your own benefit. Like your body's mine. I'm going to use it in any way. It doesn't matter what kind of method is used. It's all wrong. I mean, we shouldn't be using anybody, especially when we have alternatives today. Like there's so many alternatives. It's insane. You can just literally look up vegan ice cream, vegan pasta, vegan or spaghetti and meatballs, vegan pizza, vegan. Like there's a vegan alternative for anything. And I know people are gonna say, oh, well, it doesn't taste as good. I mean, you can find stuff that tastes just as good, and I know that every regular pizza or burger, let's say, you eat isn't always good. So why is it when there's one that's vegan that's not good, you guys are like immediately prone to like, or quick to just dismiss every plant-based alternative? It's just about finding one that does taste good. But even if every single plant food never tasted the same, and there's always like a 10% difference or of taste difference, that doesn't justify what we do to animals and use them. That still doesn't justify it.
yeah, I mean, you know, and that bad pizza that you eat or that bad burger or pizza that isn't vegan or whatever in general, it just contributes to having really bad health. There's a lot of research that shows that eating animals isn't healthy for us, and that we can thrive on plant-based diets alone, you know. And when we think about protein, the animals, they get their protein from eating plants. So we're just like eating them, and we don't really have to eat them.
All right, guys, get out.
That's Miss Ohio.
Trolls, live trolls.
13,
Yep.
13, amateur, there you go. You can love and respect animals. Being a hunter most hunters respect animals more than. So is it respectful to kill someone or murder someone? I should say. Is that respectful? Like, would it be respectful for me to like go and hunt stray cats or stray dogs? Like, is that respectful? You let me know, I guess.
No, hunting is a game that animals that are being hunted, they don't know that they're taking part in this game. And so that's the first thing fair about it, that is unfair about it. So the second thing that's unfair, unless you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have access to a grocery store, you don't have reason to go out and kill animals. You're doing it and it's gratuitous. Sorry, I was trying to remember that word, but it's done just for your own pleasure. So when you have stores around you and you have choices, that's what we're trying to say, is that when you have the choice not to harm other beings, then that's the choice that you need to make.
Cavemen ate meat. What's wrong with doing it now? Cavemen also raped each other. They killed one another. I mean, just other humans. So because cavemen did it, does that mean we should continue to do it?
Hey guys, we're trading out drinks. If you've got an energy drink and it's not a Rockstar, you come trash it. We'll give you a new one.
I'm really getting distracted. They have some drink truck behind me. This lady was.
I think it's for. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. I have like ADHD. Bad. Yeah, animals want to continue living. You know, just because they don't speak the same language as us or have the same goals doesn't mean they don't want to live.
Someone said I have a chronic illness. I can't be vegan, so I get a pass. Well, I mean, I don't know what kind of illness you have, but have you ever spoken, like, if you truly, like, want to live without exploiting animals, then you'll do everything you can to do that. Like, have you explored every route to see, like, speaking to a plant-based dietitian maybe, that could help you navigate this, you know, the diet aspect of things and see, you know, what you can eat and can't. You know, that's plant-based. And let's hypothetically say you're, like, in the very, like, people like to blow it out of proportion. It's really not. There's a very small minority that, like, truly can't maybe be fully plant-based, or, like, maybe they have to consume one animal product. Let's just hypothetically say you can still live by the vegan principle and still do everything else you can to avoid animal exploitation. So, like, that means going to, you know, stores and purchasing their skin, their fur, buying products that test on animals, going to zoos, circuses. Like, if you truly are against the or for the principle of not exploiting and using other animals, then, you know, you'll go to every length necessary, I would, to not exploit animals. So
Once you start doing it, it's really doesn't take any effort at all. Everybody thinks that, you know, living a vegan lifestyle is really difficult and you give up a lot of things that are enjoyable. But you actually, you know, once you change things over, you find things that are really good. There's a lot of really great vegan food that's really delicious. There's a lot of great vegan clothing and footwear and makeup, cosmetics, even medicines. I went to my doctor and I had to ask her specifically for a vegan formula of a medication that I needed, and she did it. At first, it took her a while. I'm not gonna lie, you know. And I should probably just go to a vegan doctor or a homeopath. But you can demand from your health practitioner to find vegan options for you. They're out there, so yeah.
It's warm out.
Yeah. Yep, tradition isn't always moral, law isn't always moral, considering justice from the perspective of the victims. That's absolutely right. You know, nobody thinks about the animals. We've got a lot of people walking by here, oh, I like meat, bacon, oh, I just ate a burger, you know, and it's just kind of like, you know, they aren't really thinking about things, obviously, at all. So
I'm not sure if alder Hoden88 is talking to us. It's really pointless to talk with you guys. You don't want to wake up from the slavery you chose.
Yep.
I think we did wake up from the quote-unquote slavery or brainwashing that was chosen. I don't know actually, but I don't know if you're like for Alderhouse correctly. I don't know if you're a vegan. So I don't know actually what you're.
Yeah.
Because you're saying thinking of ourselves is thinking of animals. So I think that's. I don't know.
Do you understand supply and demand? Yeah, that's why we're vegan. We don't want to demand any more animals be used on our behalf. So yeah, when you continue to buy animal, then you support that supply and demand system. So if you don't know about that and you live in the United States where it's capitalistic, then you need to start learning about your system and see how you contribute to how your society works. And so we don't partake in purchasing animals, so we don't support it. And vegans generally save about 100 to 300 animals per year, so we actually do make a dent in the system.
Vegan diet, that's something I would speak to. I don't know what your issue is. I've never actually heard of that. Maybe it's something I can't speak to that. They said they can't have more than 2 grams of fiber. I don't know. So maybe speak to a plant-based dietitian about that.
Yeah.
And if you really can't, truly, I guess, if you have to have an animal product, again, I would exhaust all options to see if that's truly the case. But if you really can't, then you can still live by the vegan principle and just not use animals in other aspects. Like, do you still go to the store and buy their skin or their fur? Do you still view them as entertainment for us to use, or do you still buy products that test on them? Like, it's just about not viewing animals as objects. Like, if you're doing something out of survival, maybe like you have to, then you can maybe justify it. Like, it's like, you gotta survive, right? But do you need to wear their skin? Do you need to go to the circuit or go to circuses and zoos?
No, I'm not part of that group, but I support that.
When you objectify animals by using them, you may as well be in favor of objectifying and exploiting other beings that are also vulnerable, like people who have disabilities that are nonverbal or can't take care of themselves, or small children, or different populations like that can't stick up for themselves. So, and I know some people might not be happy with me saying that, but it's the truth, because animals speak their own language too. We just don't speak the same language, and we're here to protect them.
Milk is for babies. Yes, exactly. Any type of milk is, well, I guess not oat milk and soy milk and stuff, but any type of mammal milk is for their babies, right? Cow milk is for baby cows. Human milk is for baby humans. Goat milk is for baby goats. Like, they're not for us. And just stop and think about it. Isn't it very strange that we breed cows to take their breast milk? That's something that we don't need past a certain infancy, or when we're tiny. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Why are we using another species' breast milk? It's very strange. Just stop and actually think about it first.
Yeah. Humans are the only species that get weaned off of breast milk to go onto another animal milk. It's so bizarre.
There's a guy wearing a snake right there.
Well, he has a snake around his neck.
Oh.
A living snake.
Living snake, not a dead one.
Do I not want to eat? I mean, I can eat vegan plant-based ice cream.
It's not great.
I don't have to eat breast milk ice cream.
It tastes good.
I don't want to demand somebody else's exploitation and use.
There's a lot of really great vegan ice cream too. I mean, I don't know what brands are in your area, but I can go into my store and Ben & Jerry's is like a regular type of brand, and they have a dairy-free version. They're so delicious, the brand. trying to think what else, but you really have to just get familiar with what is accessible to you, and then look around at other places as well. So it's not as hard as you think. Sorry, I keep bugging you.
Plants aren't sentient. They don't have a brain or a central nervous system. You can't be ableist towards plants because there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
There's nobody having a subjective experience. And like, I honestly don't think you believe that mowing the lawn is the equivalent to cutting a pig's throat, let's say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and if you're really concerned about plants, good news, going plant-based, eating plant-based actually kills less plants.
Yep.
Than animals, considering we have to grow, or clear land to obviously house these farms, but as well as clearing land to feed these animals. So if we just stop doing that, we could just clear land to have for us, or for crops to eat for us specifically. So you'd be killing less plants, causing less deforestation. So if that's a concern of yours, then maybe consider going vegan. Vegan ribeye steak is delicious, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, if you decide to try and go vegan, you look at it as an adventure, if it's something that you're not sure of, why don't you try some different things and see what you think about it, because it also has some effects on your body, obviously. I think it's like ground meat or something. It stays in your intestines for like 4 years. So when you eat plants, you're pretty regular. A lot of your conditions can go away. I mean, not for everybody, but for a lot of us, going vegan, just the food aspect of it has made us feel a lot better, more energy. And, there's vegan athletes. So.
I would love to try, but I'm allergic to basically all natural proteins. So again, this is something I would, if you truly want to try and you truly believe in the principle that we shouldn't exploit other animals and use them, this is something to speak to like a plant-based dietitian and navigate that with them. We actually, if you go on to animaljustice21.org, it's animaljustice21.org, you can actually have access to a free plant-based dietitian that can walk through that with you, and you can express your concerns. So again, if you really want to live by that principle, then you can speak to people about this. And again, like I always say, are you going to the store and buying leather, their skin, fur, if you couldn't be plant-based for whatever reason, like if you really had to have some sort of animal product, that doesn't then, shouldn't then use animals still in other areas or like give you a free pass to. So
Veganism is really about someone else. It is not about you, and a lot of people have problems with that because sometimes doing things for someone else can be uncomfortable when we don't even know who that someone else is. So it's a completely selfless type of belief system. It's not the easiest thing to do, but once you do it, then you know that you are cutting down on harming other individuals. So.
Sunglasses, it's so bright.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes left or something. So if you need a break, take a break.
But they put a fence up around it. Oh, I know.
Let's see how many vegans we have in the chat.
Yeah.
If you're a vegan, put a 1. If you're a non-vegan, put a 2. And then tell us why you're not vegan.
Yeah. And if you're interested in veganism, you want to learn more, put a 3.
Look, I keep seeing this comment. If you're gonna spam, we're gonna mute you. But you can be vegan and be against or pro-life. Like you don't have to be one or the other. Like just because if you think we're being hypocrites maybe for certain positions we hold, that doesn't then justify you continuing to pay for animals to be needlessly exploited. Just be against both. Like there's no rule that how you said how is it logically consistent? How is it logically consistent for you to some humans die if, in your view, abortion's bad? So that means I'm gonna pay for animals to be gassed to death, grinded up alive, have their throats cut for unnecessary reasons. Like, how is this? Where's the consistency there? If you're against abortion, assuming for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to come back on.
Yeah, we only got
Yeah.
8 minutes.
I'm okay though. You're not doing it for me, right?
Oh, well, no, I just wondered if you
I'm
wanted.
fine, I'm
Okay,
fine.
you're right.
I'm just
Okay.
checking in on
Yeah, I
y'all.
was checking in on you. Okay. So, okay, someone says because we like meat for the last thousands of years, but unfortunately, history can't get that right. Just because something has been done for a very long time doesn't mean that it's right. And things change throughout history. I mean, I'm projecting that pretty much after us, we are all dead, like everybody on the live right now and everybody in line, then it'll probably turn into a vegan world. But it's going to take some time to get a lot of people who are stuck in their cultural ways to evolve. But it doesn't mean we're not going to stop trying to talk to people about it, because if I was an animal in the system, I would want somebody out here talking for me too. It's only fair.
Right. I mean, like we come out here not because we like to. Like, honestly, I'd rather be at home right now. We come out here because if I was in that position, if Rebecca was in that position, if we'd want someone to speak up for us. And so, I mean, we're just speaking up for those who have no voice, right? Like, I mean, it's not fun. It's not like a fun thing to do to have people stare at you and to have people walk by and you get in maybe arguments with them, or get mad or triggered, or but I mean, it's like, if you were in that position, like, would you want people to speak up for you? Would you want people to say, just be like, whatever, I'm just gonna sit on the side, and or would you want people to say, no, stop doing that harms this person, that exploits this person, please stop doing what you're doing?
I think apathy is a real just like way out, and it's a loser trait. If I'm just going to say it, anybody who's apathetic and doesn't care about what they're doing on the daily is like super, just like not cool. I think it's, you're part of the moral majority if you're taking part in all of this destructive stuff, and it takes a lot more to actually understand what's going on in the system and to defy that system. So, you can be a part of the problem, you can be part of the solution.
You don't have to. We don't have to, but we have to. But it tastes good. Yeah, it's good.
So if I had the freedom to exploit you,
We already are exploiting.
but I mean, like, but does that make it okay?
I mean, I'm going to continue to do it. Well, if we want to, just like, I want to say this is not really disrespectful, but like, general society has accepted. Like, it's going to be hard to accept.
Got some trolls engaging with grass-fed right now. So
Decided to be narrow-minded people, narrow-minded.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. But we have had some vegans today too, so it hasn't been completely, there's jerks everywhere. And yeah, I just called you a jerk if you're saying, oh, I just ate a burger, or oh, I like to hurt animals. Yeah, you are a jerk in my eyes, so whatever. Because animal abuse and animal cruelty is not cool.
That guy, I want to say, so he's basically saying because society has accepted it, that anything society does is okay. So what he's saying is that if tomorrow society all accepted that it's okay to, I don't know, go around and, I'm just using this as an example, I don't know, slap women on the ass, that's okay to do. He'd be okay with it. Or if society woke up and decided to be, everybody should be racist, and that was the general consensus of everybody. It's okay it's okay because society accepts it. Like, it's these arguments, like, if you just actually stop and think for a second, it's ridiculous, guys. Come on.
Is the TV still on?
Yeah.
They wait for me.
Okay. Yeah, just because something is a popular belief system or legal doesn't mean that it's right. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. You know, that with people in positions of power, the things that they're doing that are just horrendous. So, yeah, we're not going to agree with all that.
I love butter and cheese. Well, you can have vegan butter and vegan cheese. I know people are going to freak out and say vegan cheese sucks, but literally it's just about finding good vegan cheese. You can do that. It's out there. But even if it did suck, that's just because something tastes good or the pleasure you get from it, does that justify what happens to the victims? Because if that were you in that position, would you want people to use that as a excuse that it's okay?
Yeah. I saw someone say, "Oh, I haven't heard one good vegan argument yet." Well, then you obviously haven't been tuned into our channel that long. And also, the only argument that is needed is that you don't want to harm animals. Animals are the reason why people are vegan. It's not about you. So you got to look beyond yourself, and maybe you'll understand. So.
Are you vegan?
I am a vegetarian. So, like, I also...
Veganism is just living by the golden rule, do unto others that you would have done, I think that's it, to yourself or whatever. So that's literally all it is. If you wouldn't want to be exploited and be sent into a slaughterhouse, then why pay for animals to do it? Because the thing is, when you pay for these products, you are directly funding it. Like they're going to replace that animal
Do you want to take it apart?
with the product you bought, right? So you are directly funding this to happen to them. So, and if you don't need to do that, then why do it? If you can stop right now and decide, I don't want to support this, then why wouldn't you? And choose an alternative.
Because I've been easing my way.
Yeah, I mean, vegans were against normalized violence, so call us crazy, you know?
Honestly, like, dairy is getting very scarce for me, too. I'll just...
You know, and I also understand that in both of these chats, there's a lot of people that are probably very young and they aren't very articulate yet, or they don't understand a lot of the things that we're talking about. So, you know, thanks for being here anyways, you know, just to kind of hear us out a little bit, you know. So, appreciate everybody being here today and kind of nearing towards the end of our live here. So
it's a very sad mindset to have. Polly, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, sorry, but it's a very sad mindset to have, that you don't care. That kind of apathy, it's, you know, I think it's, I mean, again, just think, if you were in that position, I mean, like, you'd be fine with people just not caring and continuing to exploit you?
do people not understand that when the animals are experiencing the transport to the slaughterhouse, and when they are in the slaughterhouse, they're literally crying and begging for their lives? I mean, if you would be brave enough to watch some of the footage, Vegan FTA, they have some good footage. Watch Dominion, watching some of the people that do live streams and show the animals. You can literally see them crying for their lives, and it's not great. It's horrible. It's horrible to think that humans are asking for people or asking for animals to be put into that position. So we're just asking for people to look beyond themselves and have a heart. So, and if you call that extreme, well, then I guess we're extreme. But the only extreme thing is, it's not even extreme. We're never going to stop. We're never going to stop trying to talk to people and get them to understand why using animals is wrong. So,
Okay, let's go say goodbye.
we're going to end our stream.
So long. You did great. Awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let's get Luke in there too. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Appreciate y'all being here. Anti-animal use here. We're at the oh my gosh, Rockstar. I was thinking Monster because we were talking about it earlier. Rockstar energy drink event at the Waterfront Park in Portland, Oregon. We got a lot of conversations. a lot of half conversations too, but I mean, we made a lot of influence. Luke was wearing the TV the whole time. Dubs in the chat for Luke holding that TV the whole time and engaging in conversations at the same time. It was fire. Yeah, we had a lot of good combos. I did get a little spicy and I yelled at some people, but I have this team here. They helped me cool back down. So anyway, I'm going to pass the mic and they're going to say where they are so you can find them if you want to go follow them or donate to them directly. I'm BSL. You can find me on all platforms. I go live Mondays 9 a.m. so you can come up and talk to me. PST.
Hello, I'm Luke. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, just follow anti-animal use. You could follow me on Instagram, luke._.wagner. Yeah, I had a lot of good conversations today while I was wearing the TV. They were all short conversations, but a lot of people were really open to it and were interested in being vegan. So yeah,
a lot of people.
really successful day, I'd say.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Becca, also known as Uncaged Front.
Also fired today.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
fired.
I got a little spicy too, little yelling matches, but
I think we all got it. I mean,
Yeah.
even I did a little bit. Sometimes
This whole environment was really kind of different for us, but I was like, hey, we need to go there. And I knew we were kind of throwing ourselves in the fire, but we did anyways. So I'm on Instagram on Caged Front, and also I blog at theuncagedfront.org. And right now, if you want to support me, I'm in this contest through Maxim Magazine, and I'm in second place right now. If you go to Instagram, it has a link to vote for me, and basically, if I win, I'm going to be donating $2,000 to area animal sanctuaries, and I also be able to donate $5,000 to Rescue City out of Brooklyn, New York. So, and they do an interview. Yeah, they do an interview, and I'm going to be talking about veganism as much as I can. So, anyways, I just had to throw that in there. Thanks for being here today.
I'm Nick, aka grassfed_human on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you to all the vegans who were here in the chat today. Thank you to any, well, honestly, even the trolls, because you help boost us. But also even anybody that's maybe curious and stopped by, and maybe even just listened and had an open mind. We appreciate that. We appreciate you for willing to listen. Thanks to the people who also stopped by and had a conversation with us today, on camera and off camera. We got a lot of narrow-minded people today, obviously, but also, there were a few good people that
We had some vegans. It was cool.
Yeah, and just people that kind of were willing to take a card and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real.
So yeah, we had some good conversations, and just go vegan. Yeah, go vegan, and this is a bit more, not extreme, but it's a lot more people than we're used to. So it was a little different, and we had the TVs out today. But anyways, just go vegan, and
Awesome. All right. Thank you all. Anti-animal use out. And do you want to hit that power button? I'll get this one. Y'all, see you later.